Cork have struggled all year. They improved against Kilkenny all right. They rejigged their team and seem to be just coming right at the right time. But Galway but really it's minor, anything can happen. But I expect they're good enough. They're there 3 years in a row.
It could be a special day for one Galway player.
Could be a really special day for Ger Farrer. 3 All-Ireland minor medals in a row. Jimmy Finn was the only other man that I know of to do it. John Try, of course, did it with Offaly, but he didn't win them consecutively. He won 3 in 4 years, something like that. It's a unique day for him, and it would be something special for somebody to be able to say they did that.
Well, to repeat, Jimmy Doyle's performance would certainly be something incredible indeed. Our commentary this afternoon on the match is by Micheál O'Shea and Marty Morrissey.
Agus Shahid put in the Galway will be the most fiach turret that hold a Zio grave as a kele, the riding glow, and head a yen of revision. I should get Cork, get top of the door, get Kilkenny that no, Agus in the mask, George Farrer, and hold a Zio grave in the air. This before the low home, I will no and in the Galway, a wake on grave in the air and the Agus is shin courier on Hain, because I yacht to tell you Cork, so for a cannon saw, done partner blian as a hele, Carrer, does the Tussahe, no cool on Bodio, Kiana, or Gahapna Bliana, Agus Nakulahe, John Gardner, Visha Nasnab, the Grave Namoon, Achtashe Erash, Rish, Degas a Lord Porke, Kevin Hartnett, Degas Brian Smithy, Bert Devek, O Gono, and Rish, Hanimmer, and Blian Chahuda, O Aharo, Diantiga Corkbig, a Masna Tussahe, John O'Connor, Tukahe Edibort, Agus Fergus Murphy, Shin, John Darno, Hoinig Edibort, Mar Onodi, and Law Dernach, Agus a Gimmer Gama, Agus put in the Galway at a Law Valley at so, Agus yet sued long Gobara, the Royalty, Maravis Olive, Tony O'Gregan at son, Agus Owen Lynch, Shane Kavanagh, Sir Setente, O'Halpine, Edibig, Agus put in the Galway, Maravis Olive, the Royalty, Onedig, Agus Shahid Rishtiad, Paul Julian, Sahul, Tony O'Gregan, Owen Lynch, Shane Kavanagh, Kieran Finnerty, Agus Joe Leary, Kavanagh, Owen Lynch, agus Tony O'Regan, be the Sue, the Gimmers to Nidig, no man under the heavy Owen Lynch, agus Joe Leary, Lord Porket, Arno, George Farrer, Rio, Crave, Elaiden, Marion Jimmy Doyle, agus Kevin McGrath, Fado, agus the Masna Dussahe, Homa, son Kevin Hayes, Adrian Cullinan, Joe Gantry, agus Johnny Maher, Buin, Elaiden, the Cousin, Elifad, Beshe, Anna Yapid, Erfad, on Rylid, a Hur Damwell, agus Tommy de Sule, Anna
4 points with 11 minutes remaining. They went on to win the All-Ireland title by 219 to 410. Interestingly, these two sides met in a challenge match in Newtown Shandrum about 5 weeks ago, and Cork beat Galway by 5 points. Now, while Johnny Myler, one of the Cork selectors, emphasised that it was only a challenge match, it certainly boosted Cork, particularly when they were facing Kilkenny. And last year, Galway had this year they've 8 of last year's panel, while Cork have something like 6. And it makes for a very even, well-balanced contest, and it's going to be, to use the cliche, right to the wire, as they say, amongst GAA people.
Agus ansa in Shahinish Earlock from the Lucas Gale, Agus on Tuchtaron, Sean McCraig, Agus Van Bernie, Agus a Tachtamaf, and a board gets up. Dr. Dr. Boy.
Is top with 3-6, with Dublin's Stephen Fee scoring 2-1 against Westmeath and Mullingar.
Agus Shahudinish, Tuchtaron from the Lucas Gale, Liam O'Mail Vihil, Gagan Moidi, Agus on T-shirt, Bertie Hurling. Sean the Devlin, Shahan Maltoid, and Stitter of Havastach, Agus Tools the Hor, Lesson Immert. Variant Summer, Ekin 2, make on Bonacule, in head on board, so the Gahanchestach is Aharoid in the Galway Hannah, Tom Tierney, in the Hat Slatagus, Kevin Hayes, Emihemach, a law portgate. Agus, and Stitter Katestach, Agus Tools Curra, Lesha Guhe, Illa Aiden. The Lord Portgate, Taraka Slitter, Tom Tierney, Walter Staffgedy, Brendan Lucas again, Stacha Joe the Carno again, Johnny Maher, Oyahant Lake, Kian O'Connor, Stig, Anna Hongracht and Devlin, Rutrasna, Kevin Goggin, Osna Saw Shelig, Mehemach Harish, Devline, Agus Puxlassa, Evegounding Isle, Joe Gantry, on the Dionig, a Hopig, on Count Sugus, and Caharu Jahar, Rory, Finbar, Agus Brendan. Gimmer Tremishach, Likashed of Brendan Lucas accounts of Hogan, Tegus Nilean Royal, again Brendan, Lejak, Counter, Sean Silk, Brendan Linsky, Joe Salmon, Milik Aircourt, Wilte Trasna na Carnoige, gus Rit Trasna the Cork, Jerry O'Mahony. Jerry, Anna Chossan Toider Fado, Newton Chandrum and a wig on Frave Chunted and Giaduid and Edic, Wilte Machajola Park, Kevin Hartnett, Ferru, Ferru and Sonnig, Shane Kavanagh, Agus Puxir, Evegown Benanic.
Tactical games already being played, as Micheál mentioned. Tom Tierney and Kevin Hayes have switched positions, centre field and centre forward respectively, and also an interesting switch in Cork. Kieran Murphy is centre forward, Tomás O'Leary has gone to left half.
Shahe George Farahar, Direk Kiet Holin, the Kiet Holin again Baraha and Horin, and Shriu Trev in Eden Asakele. Agus captain of forward on Gushlan Gaur, counter Ichaniel Homa, Agus Anna Hús Cura and Sonnaget to the sessions, Blaga Pressure than Nile Vader. Martin Coleman, Mackley Martin, a Wigan, Trev, Steve Auta Asakele, Buelta Machajola Park, Kevin Hartnett to Cork, Buelta Stachat Sonnaget, John O'Connor. Brada Willie, agus want to get Joe Leary, Stachat Sogadi Kenneth Burke. Kenneth, at the end of scope Plahin, Trastan the Carnoige, Marvel Brendan Lucas, agus well, as cousin Dientonson, they get Cian O'Connor, agus Kevin Goggins, Nick Kevin, a ball and clip to the Joan Tevline, ach Puxlassa, Evegown the Island.
Defensively, Cork are strong, particularly in the full back line. Jerry O'Mahony and Kevin Goggins, they're reproducing the form we saw them against Kilkenny, and they're going to have to produce it because Galway are putting severe pressure on that Cork defence.
Kevin Goggin, Yimmer Sheshud, Sheriff Brianohin, Valen and Niall, and I Tolerone of either, Agus, Dolum to be at Meter Kilkenny, Evi Bukoch, Akshahe, and George Farahar. Agus Ausser Fados the Pockna Tevline and counts on Buerta Stachege, Riechtenson, Kevin Goggin, Pruda Willie, Agus Puxlassa Elliot took a hip wig again, as Deshinish, Doc George Farahar. Well, the Bunta Horod, and I wrote the count Tevline, Shachar Parashat Rasnon, Hashedian to Brevn Hayden, Oh, Walter Hanige, Agus Nabauti, Lachanish Homa, Skill Erle, Agus Tardeshige, Inish, Captain in the Fornet, Hootfeig. Jur a bwlant tytter Stachanson agus Avereen Björg hen the Lavidisha on Mialish Marty.
Very unfortunate, Micheál, and certainly Ger Farahar is already exerting a major influence in this game. It's early stages, but his free taking, that's a lovely sideline puck, a lovely stroke and follow through, almost like a golfer.
Gatar no o Vin Loch Aisha agus Gimmer to Shuvin Fevian agus Fihe Homa agus Wilte Amach Hudson. Joe Lord the Podke, Kieran Murphy, Stachat Joe on the Carnoige, chance against the Corky, Shahe Kieran Finnerty, or the money, Kieran, Wintigagadi, Tony O'Gregan, Mark the Tony, Naras Kamoin, that no, Mark Joe Lord the Podke, Chancellor, it's up, again, Galiv, against the Relish, Adrian Cullinan, and Amani Gado, against Anna Pauline, against Adrian, Lech Pauline, the Blaine and the League, against a Gimmer to the house, the master does a him, Lena.
Well, at the other end, Cork really should have had a goal when a wonderful flick by Fergus Murphy gave them the opportunity. But Adrian Cullinan showed tremendous skill against Tipperary, and he's showing it again today. Half-back last year, wing forward this year.
Shad, then you got Nayanur, Gawil, Bownley, Aiden again, only to get it in Son of Gali, and Geshin, the Antadouse, again, Kieran Murphy, again, Shahe Kieran in zone, and after Staff, and the Pele Homa, chance again, Kalish, the Antad, again, Jessica Kirk, and Hit score a while, on Pele Doid and Son, Ruhish Staff, Kieran Nille, Wash Digda, Fadnasar Sherlock, Agus Chef Fadnasar Sherlock, Hokagation, Paraport, See She, and Ike Pennig, Hena Heniag, and Ike Lemony, for Shed Do Kahid. Sachlohe Canish in the league and Ike Nagali. Agus Shahe Kieran Murphy. Osna saw Sheelig. Deshige. And he had scored a all the Hurkick. Well to get a Sundian to get Kieran Murphy.
Cork selectors have rearranged their attack considerably with Kieran Murphy and Fergus Murphy switching corners. Kieran Murphy at centre half forward, Tomás O'Leary at left half, and John O'Connor, despite wearing number 12, is actually playing at number 10 at right half.
Alon Aharahe, Agus Paul Doolahan, Wilte Machajo, Lord the Portke, Kevin Hayes, Wilte to get Kieran Murphy reached, Kieran Sheargady, John Gardner, Shahe Shane Kavanagh, Titi Hiwig, Fana Talon, Le tachta machatson, Michael Prout and Pelladoid Homa. Back into the Bautasa. Kevin Hartnett, Stachel League, Prout, Anatalo, Shane Kavanagh, the Nalin. Anna Cowan built to Ega Shane, Agus Rutrasna, Johnny Maher, Agus Cian O'Connor. Bachta and son again, Kenneth Cork. Agus Kalish into Arna Gailey, Martian, Puck Sayer, the Nalin.
Early stages yet, but certainly Kevin Hayes and Ger Farragher are doing very well at midfield for Galway and giving a plentiful supply to their forwards. And Adrian Cullinan and Kenneth Burke on that left flank causing problems for Cork.
Agus Puck Sayer, Builte, Ega Farragher, and Ille Anna here, Agus Huigda and Counson, Esturu, Idr na Quilly. Martian, Lugamas and Immert, Agus Feinte Voin is Garou na Vord no Hele, Martin Coleman. Magda Vartin, a bhuaig na trí chréimhile éireann as a chéile agus Magda Ceannaí ó léirí Tomás agus Cian O'Connor bhí athsúd chomá ina bháidóid inid a bhuiid anúd a bhuaig na trí chréimhile éireann. Anna cheangalacha leis a bhuiidanson ach seohé Adrian Cullinan a ríist bhuilte steige lanta macha báutasa agus Eilih a dtírig cosint bhuilte go deas trasna ansa Amach, Harish, Lord na Poitke, and son, Agus, Bertuka, Zuraka, Histach, Diniku, Johnny Maher, Achlagi Yarach, Shahe Martin Coleman, Emargina Hahel, Amacha Joe Lord na Poitke, Agus Harish, Agus Kieran Murphy, Kudvashelive, Oil, Agus Harrier Zone, Wilt John Tevline, Agus Mihimach. Martin, Puckschlasse, Dungailiv, Agus. Gieran Finnerty, Chynny Counsa, a Hogant. Gieran agus Ediarig Súlich Mörder, Kieran Murphy na Sarshelach. Binte Voin Fachtige, o Foxair Gadisa, ach Shahe Gieran. Geidiglish and Counsa na Vola, Roada. Ach Takahe Gaudid, On Lynch, Harnash Gadi Gieran. Agus fachta go deasan san a ríiste ge Kieran Murphy, ha sé déanamh scrisan, ali cheanna ha take hinna seo fachtaige, túra sé fé scór, agus builtige ábhírín a héb na lábhid isi.
First wide of the match for Cork, but they're finding it difficult to isolate their full forward line. They need to pump the ball in to Kieran Murphy, Satanto Halpine and Fergus Murphy, but so far failing to do so.
Kieran Murphy in a hot slot, Farairan zone, a déanamh go maith go dísa. Counsa na mithe Harrisha Dave Líne agus le Gailih Counsa, Joe O'Leary, Liganta, Ger Farragher, a sé anadamach ón máide, ach Haus Daine cad a dhéanach sé seo, tá anna bhíanach is fadán, ár da mánaí, agus bholach anna bhuar, anna rám a bhuilis doch a bheanach chaptaín. Anna cheann glótar fad builte gacha, ábhírín a héb na lábhid clé, agus glantamach, agus deisiid son aige Kevin Hayes, mithe bhuaig. Bhaid sé Harnashi. Well, níle chosúlacht go bhaig, agus amach léthe an son, tá John O'Connor. John O'Connor a tháinig a bhard cin ládernach an aiceil chuinnig is decha John Háid óra, teachtamach an son. All dúlahin agus íireacht stoppathe, Cahal Derwin, Dírig Counson a bhólamach, an stittar a dalamh agus sa tenta Dírig mechtasteach ach buinte gohad son go deas aige. Ger Farragher, agus glantamach, Anna Lana, the Nailib, Fuishiv, Bachta go glótige Johnny Maher, Anna Chháilige Johnny Gháilisteach, Seansaige Johnny, Mechlis, Anna Bhóilach, Wiltesteach son aige agus Seansar Hall, Stigim í alabáide, Neil, Bhín Seansa Cunson, Joe Gantley stig chomá, ach chuig dóibh agus Fuishiv Anna Bhór de Chorpaig.
Defensively, Cork were very strong here, and they really had to be, because Johnny Marr was cutting right through the centre, feeding Gantley. That ball was there, just a little touch required, but wonderful defending again by Cian O'Connor and Jerry O'Mahony, depriving Galway of what looked like for a moment to be a certain goal.
Martin, Bjarna Annabjörg atar a fós. Martin Coleman, ceann deáfad a bhuiiltige. Agus seo hé Kieran Murphy, tá sé bhil na hé ceann at sanniu, mar neidóg leis an Counsa, ní dhéidóig, ón Lynch at san, an bheachtaíontaige ón, trasna na páidce, Ach, Sineadson, Kevin Hartnett, Kevin Amacnish, agus Sana Vartich, Diantige, Adrian Cullinane, agus Leshingailiv accounts agus le George Farraher.
Well, the first touch there left Kieran Murphy down, and it was a golden opportunity for Cork to open up this Galway defence and possibly a goal. But lovely defending as well by Galway here, flicking the ball away. And it must be of great concern to John Considine, the Cork manager, that his inside forward line are not getting any space or indeed good quality ball.
The Sachna Himmer at Arno Hamid Fos agus Shachon George Farraher, Leshin Bucktive Lean is all in a Willie Hop Wiltig agus a Reach Johnny Maher agus Rabik the Hiano Connor Gafol, Akin Hero Adige agus Marshin Le Cork Cancer.
Must be said, Micheál, that Johnny Marr is causing problems for Cian O'Connor, who's been very impressive, and Josie Hart, the Galway manager, now on your screens, must be trying to get the word, I'm sure, to his midfielders to give the ball in as quickly as possible to Johnny Marr.
That no Peledoid Conte, Cian O'Connor Homa, Hemmer, Dalach the Hard Markanic, Witterstach Sachune, Fergus Murphy, Shansige Fergus, it's son, Edir Kahal Dervan, the Hardop, Fergus Mihlash, the Kahal, Shansige Fergus. Anna Vartich, the door chef Echol, while Lee Yannick Tan Vartian Tedig, a Shaheon Lynch. He revi Creek no on and Baltus on the I'm sure all of them make Deshelige. Anna Tevlin, as a dollar Hechol, John Gardner, or the money, John. We check off to hit and Lohe Canish, Ille Aiden and Nidig. Agus the Rev Namonum, Lena, Acha Puxlassa, Elle, Evegatsa, the Horpig, Agus Deshele Fos, the George Farraher.
On the high one. Well, Fergus Murphy had a great opportunity here. He had options outside him in the form of Kevin Hartnett and Santanto Halpine, but credit as well the Galway defence, who've been rock solid so far.
Marshin, George Farraher, Edirik and Council, Ulveder agus Dahad, the Wallow, Wiltigo, Hall, the Fadige, George agus Vihashem, Han Vartiantige, it's on to Fagoski. And Council, Harisha Devline, Diantanish, Drie Rev, Ille Aiden, they get 3 Bliana and Augehele.
Wonderful achievement to be able to score a sideline ball. He did it in the last of the last 2 finals for Galway. He's done it again, as you said, Micheál, and that's his second point. He's scored 9 points now in the last 2 games, and these 2 make it 11.
Marshin, I live a cousin Kuma, Owen Lynch, Wiltiger, Kieran Murphy. Aaron Zone, Fachten, good as about the second Kalish, the entered here in the sun. Agus, already in Gostehe, Martian stop Berg against the Nimmert.
Kieran Murphy certainly suffered here from a challenge from Shane Kavanagh, and I'm surprised, in fact, that the referee did not consider it worthwhile to book Shane Kavanagh and show a yellow card, because that was a yellow card offence.
No, vi sé gimmert sa hol in rig, Peledoid agus am an intended o Cork go crevile Aidenige sa fellen rig. Ach seo he. Kieran Murphy elle tarna sa Shelach, Wilte ag show agus a tarna pointe Marshin I later a han pointe voin. O one down ag Kieran Murphy the sa Shelach bedisa. Marshin, Paul Doulahan, Honey Counter of Wallamach. Counter Pelle, Darno, a counter Sood. Wiltiger Fadiga, Fachtiga, John Gardner. Anna Ibmoni, John Gardner. Wiltamach, Agus Deshiga, Tomas O'Leary, Dollar in Unsay, Agus Nihan, and so Kieran Murphy. Agus Desh Ege Kieran, on score of Hormu, Agus a Rio Pointe, a Rime Shield the Horpig.
Well, he may be wearing number 13, but he's playing in the left corner forward position, and following him is Kieran Finnerty, trying to keep him away from the goals. Just watch the free taker here. Most unusual style and very effective.
Open the fin shoige, Wiltige, Anna Ord, Agus Anna Chreen, Agus, Washed Kohara. The Trikin Fachtige Henny.
Coming into this match, he'd scored 4 goals and 27 points in just 5 games. In this All-Ireland final, he's got 3 points.
Lochtaka to Corkoi, Sosta Gama Gadisa, Yeder Koharak, Tom Tierney, Agus George Farraher, Agus a Jechentlo, John O'Connor, Wiltistach, Agus Johnny Maher, Bola and Titted, Krasna and Son, Agus Anna Stop, Pientetson, Jerry O'Mahony. a buile fachta go jury Kuramach Harris a Devline a Chashe Cart below.
Again, from a Cork viewpoint, Johnny Marr is posing serious problems at full forward, and if Galway can keep the ball going in either low or high to him, Cork will have serious problems in there.
Shahe Michael Proud, Peledoid Choma, agus an Tarafwyd Gradam Loich an Chomortish fe Shachdiaks na Coriolach an Aig na Hastraile. Nee, Wiltige, Anna Tevline, agus Sarahig Dassenson ag Joe Leary, British Dachalash agus Dishinish ag Brendan Lucas. Wallen Clitter Trasna ag Kenneth Burke, Chance ag Kenneth. Lachni Wilcherova, Martin Coleman, Ghanaians throw it. Here Murphy-nish agus Bertine Polid and Bautason. Agus Toos, Chance ag Henig as Ger Farahar. Farahar Congrocht an Devline. Agus an Schlitter Fachta ag Kieran, ach Mihewig. Paracheri Gaunson, Fergus Murphy, ach Puckschlasse a bheith gaun den Eilir. Rish agus Lashley, tríd a géad lehansa, gan Mágáine atra. Marsin, George Farahar, Hócaigh Counsa. Wiltige Mahaige, Stachel Ashley, agus Dishe Stigige, Johnny Mahar, Wiltige Mahaige. Benenson, Kevin Hayes, Zachad Hebna Lavi Dishe ige Kevin. Schnee an Caharu Count Kuramu ige Nailiv, Kevin Darno, Wellige, Le Damien, agus Le Keith, agus be Kevin Manel na Blaine on the rig. Okomachad, Hebna Lavi Dishe an Bautasa, agus Fachtanson ige Adrian Cullinan. Adrian Fevru alpha, agus Martin Puckschlasse de Chorcaigh, Michael Proud to reached. Vele momor a chó agus loch takeíochta na Galíir fad an son. Agus Cotara China Gowns, do hog with the Queen of the Gowns agus a Queen of the Sheenshin. Wiltige Mahaige. Agus Dish Unsa, ag Fergus Murphy. Shahe John O'Connor. Ura Shefe score, Wiltige, Vinille Anna Hierir, agus Anille Avrin Royerda, agus an Tarna Count Kuramu ag Corky.
No penetration up front is the Cork problem at the moment, because at midfield they're struggling and they're sort of just pumping in the ball any way they can, and Setento Halpine not getting any sort of ball inside. They're pumping it into the corners, feeding the two Murphys, Kieran and Fergus. And to be honest with you, in contrast, Galway look far more dangerous in attack with Johnny Marr.
Martin Hainer, Coara Cahoshia, the Lord Nahuiri, agus Shahe Unsa, Shane Murphy, Wiltistachage, agus Bully Fachta Unsa, Brian Smitty. Well, Gola Stachsen noch, the dead Multoid. Brian Darno, Ogo in Rish, and Emmer, Evelyn Chahoon, Hemmervik, Kevin Hartnett. Vanished on the corner, Brian, agus Kieran Murphy, Aaron's own. Húgur Casúdanish, Shigimmer, Johannig Fergus Murphy. Edwin Doiv, and Lohikanis, Wiltige, Joe the Carnoige, agus Wiltemachage, Tony O'Gregan, Bert Dung Anavan, Shane Kavanagh, Dinnicut. Shane did get the horror in on sea, Shane Elliott, Shane Murphy, the Horkick, agus Nash, goody, Rish, goody, Shane Kavanagh, Machatsugady own Lynch, Sean, agus Kalish didn't take a Kieran Murphy.
That sequence again emphasises the difficulty Cork have in breaking down this Galway defence. Between Owen Lynch, Shane Kavanagh and Joe O'Leary, they form a very formidable and strong half-back line.
George Farahar Martin, Bwille Anna der Fada Show, Farana Homasach Fada, agus Fiachar Shinda Willie, Cown Moore, David Fada, ach Begoin Björk, and have the live edition. Martin Coleman, Amach Harris Lord the Poitke, agus an Bautasot, Mas O'Leary, Gurdavile, George Farragher, Achsarahe, ige Kevin Hartnett, Mehebwig, John Gardner. John Gardner gas hier ach teen stoppahe. Ach Wiltemachke dasige, an son, with Brian Smithy, agus Shahe Kevin Hartnett, Kevin Amatlish, Kevin at son, agus Bolan Clitter Trasna, Shanson Saga, John O'Connor, John Gahard, agus ha Cork Huntasig, Don Gedawin, John O'Connor, Newtown Shandrum, of Waken the Crave, Crave a Hunte and the Dig, Don Gedaw.
John O'Connor and Fergus Murphy introduced on last day in the semi-final, doing well. O'Connor finishing with the first real opportunity for a point from play.
Adog Sheetig and Multoid at Sugus, Kalish Dienta and Son, Arna Gali, Dish Elle, Ege, George Farragher on score a Choharamu and Bautasa. Aberdeen Björk with Havna Live Clay. Wiltige, a Stach, a Drot, Havna Live Dishe, Agus Shane on the Sheo Count, Corra and Goliager, again I live Sohlamisha. Big Kieran Murphy, a Cora Call, le Joe Leary, Agus Emhemach, de Reem Elade, Agus on Yet in the Tach the board, the Nilif, Kevin Briscoe, attacked the board, cannot Joe O'Leary. Joe O'Leary, Emiheton board. Agus Sinead and son, Kevin Briscoe, Agus Joe O'Leary Emihim. Targa will crave, Ele Aaron again, Joe, Darno, Onerig.
It's a great day indeed for the Shamrocks Club in the Southeast Division of Carrickdown. Michael Proud follows in the footsteps of Ger Hanley, who won an All-Ireland back in 1970.
Cork Pigget Yerig Dolnisa Hiachin Keen, Vueltamach, Kadi Brian Smithy, Quintero, Agus Samachtastat, Rutsa, Adrian Cullinan, Anna Lewis, Anna Thomas, Anna Amani, Anna Ruhar Dientagagas, Vueltaga Holland, Nagashin Quinte, Inspirad of Adrian Cullinan.
Well, the last time we saw Cullinan do this, he scored a goal against Tipperary in the All-Ireland semi-final. 2 goals and 4 points in 2 games. This is a wonderful score. Survived the challenge here and then maintained his balance and with the short grip put the ball over the bar. Great score.
Hemergin and Quivino brother Kevin Broderick, Shahe Kevin Hartnett in the Devile, Dishige Corkige Harkantusik, Pultige Kevin Pulten, Havna Lavidishi. Agus dertar le mana choide a choir na Corcaí gur os dáin ar a bhile an gahead agus muintir na Gailí an son agus Fiona Killalea agus John Glenn a tuairteanna Idaho sa City West agus Shahead be siad a ddírig an tríú craobh as a chéile a bhuachtain drodnaigin éon bhenúid go dísa ó Ngailibh a sé dianta darnóige Corcaig agus Cílchuinnig agus Tobradáran Shahead i meachtarsteach Johnny Maher sa Clibbert, agus Cian O'Connor, Iad Páisce histeach na chéile, agus Gupathe an Dalab, agus Fard na Gailí, Pocamach a bheith an de Chorcaig.
In his anxiety to get the sliotar that time, Johnny Maher touched the ball along the ground, and thus the free is given to Cork.
O Bhaile Locharíoch, agus Jehaid Níosóige, Vinny, agus ina dí an rig, bána le éireann aige. Bhuilte go deas aige Farragher, Fanna Talón, agus bhuilteach aige Michael Proud, a haid Havna Live Dishe, dar nó baltála go héana agus sin Murphy le chéile ó fasach na himara. George Farragher agus Deisige, Puchtah Líne a bhólata. Gacha Joe Emil na Carnoige, Martin Coleman na Yoga Counsa. Lantamach ag Martin. Agus fachta gadas ag Tomás O'Leary, Shahe Macchiani, Machta Ruher, Ordamani, vi sé gimmert yn ydig, captain. Na blianasa, Tynod Eidson, Kevin Briscoe, agus yn ish, Shane Kavanagh. Shane Ishtach, Joe Kevin Hayes agus Michael Prout, ac George Farragher Yogi Cancer. George Calishtiantar George agus Deshiga Joranish, Beidir, on Ghalid, a Chorchin Keen yn Ahwyd. An Tardán atá, de réidir chéile na daoine bailúisteach agus anna atmosfér fadan sa a barca chrócaig é na lá even, na minúid, Corcaig agus Galway agus na síintir níos a dhéanaí, Tabradán a dhéchant a rís leis an Galway, bheith Shahe George Farragher. George isteach a Joe an chúil agus a ríist an raint a bhíála George Farragher inniuh, chafar a rá.
Farragher will be rather disappointed with that because normally he's putting those straight over the crossbar.
Cawn o foen nes hwci yn dy ffocin y seir a hocor a haris y dras non ege George Farragher gydisa. A chosio mos lwa ffos Kevin Hartnitsa an pas y mi hymwyd a corwcta tot Tomás O'Leary agus pas ma Shane i mi glan am o stech a gol oif Shane Kavanagh cawn mor fada Michael Prout hawl wat stech a tugad i Johnny Maher Johnny yn y feheg I garta nhw, pwyntio o hoffach. John Gardner, Shahe Michael Prout I tacht am achlis y slwtr. Dientag am ahege. Agus anna glana, anna eisiau dy chorcig achad son. Shane Kavanagh, nes bloch, fad loedyn. Agus gwrdd o wyli. Ach, gwcala eisiau edrych Tommy McIntyre.
Well, Cork are not going to be able to go through Shane Kavanagh, so they're going to have to adopt a new strategy and let's go around him, or at least bypass him, because Kavanagh is having a stormer at centre half back. He's keeping that Galway defence very focused and nothing going through.
Marsin, George Farragher, Deshelig George, ach Rish Sarah, Kaunas Shea Irachta Gudisa, Scorene, George, right the Violish, Mehemach Harisha Devline, Agus Puxlassa, Vegan. Son, Martin Coleman. Big Savoy. Deshele the George Farragher afach. Agus Puxlassa, Agus is Brialia na free itsa a vola mar ha anna hummus fadown hobo. On Meyer agus an Multo Edinson, a Lauklen a Helig. Shahe George. Deshele Fos, the Fok Schlasse, a Sturruder the Quelli, a Hastachatson Gedi, Tom Tierney, may have Harish Stachapach, Agus Deshinish, Tuniga, Brendan Lucas, Machtiga Brendan, Kalishtian to Brendan, Agus Puxair, George Farragher.
This is a very important free for Jarvik, having missed the last few, that last sideline ball. He looked to the Galway dugout to see should he actually take it or give it to somebody else. So this is a crucial one.
The Hubashis, Wiltiga, again, Hanisha Drasnon, and Tadna Pointe, again, got the in, George Farragher.
A lot of the pre-match publicity on this minor All-Ireland centred on George Farragher as he sets out to equal Jimmy Doyle's record of 3 All-Ireland minor medals in a row, one in 1955, 56 and 57.
Agus dar no vi Jimmy sa hole in idea kega kahar sa hole kana shile ed in the night ga clear a wiga ha clear yin Kevin McGrath a chorpige chaka shach chaka hoch chaka nay khoma agus shafinish Kieran Murphy Wollte Stachige Satanto Halpin Deshiga Satanta Pascopol Wollte gese wollte here the live edition against Satanta.
I think that's the first time the Satanto Halpin has actually touched the ball in this All-Ireland minor final, and that contrasts with Johnny Marr, his opposite number 14, and that really should have been put over the bar.
That no Satanta gorthe gaham na shachtene sochlo pelle lesh na piercing a galahar na huide she farna gali ha gorthe Eredalov Tony O'Gregan ha she mielavoidance ta she shinte Eredalov agus kaffer correlation mark the Tony Regan or us come on that no agus an adok shetig an multoid ta she la ama agus Galway Pointe Vaughan fantastic Marty.
It's a very even contest, Micheál, and certainly it's going to decide on one moment of genius or else a mistake, because at half-time, despite a very even contest, Galway just leading by the narrowest of margins. Galway 5 points, Cork 4. We look forward to the second half, but let's in the meantime go back to Michael.
Expected.
Yeah, it's a game that really hasn't got off the ground at all yet. It needs a goal, or it needs some big player to take command of the game. We see for Cork, they've Kieran Murphy there, who was inspirational in the semi-final, and he hasn't got a ball at all. He scored 3 points from frees, all right, but they're not getting enough ball into him. Their half-back line, John Cardner, really isn't on top. The other end of the field, the other Kieran Murphy from Erin's Owen, he's having a big influence in at centre-forward, and he's given plenty to Shane Kavanagh there for Galway. And I suppose Adrian Cullinan is having another good game, but he's really the only Galway forward that looks capable of scoring. It probably open up in the second half, and if one team scored a goal, you could see 3 or 4 goals. It needs something to break the tension. They're very tense and nervous at the moment.
It will worry Galway, Michael Dignan, that Cork are playing pretty much like they played against Kilkenny in the semi-final, ampling along, didn't look very impressive, and as Pete Finnerty said, suddenly let loose in the second half.
Yeah, they're capable of that, I think. Against Kilkenny, you know, they looked dead and buried and, you know, finished very strongly in the last 20 minutes. But I don't think either team really have got going at this stage. Back to what we were talking about earlier on, it's very nerve-wracking for young players especially. They'll be probably coming up think they're really confident in it, and it'll be no bother when they go out there and see that big crowd and it gets to them. But I think the second half will loosen up. There's a lot of good hurlers on the field, but they're not really playing to their potential yet. 2 great points from young Cullinan and the line ball from Ger Farrer, I suppose the highlights of the first half.
Oh, gentlemen.
Well, I go for Tip to win it because they've had 5 games under their belt, whereas Galway have only had 1 really.
And inish mehe go Lord Portgate, Tom Tierney, Jahar David Darno, mehe emas na latus he an Taharusan dientig an Gailif, den Hús an Tarnala, agus an Tarnala tusna he, Gailif Darno 21 Huntusig, agus Kevin Hayes a Tarakar Stitter, Gadasset Zog, die Kenneth Borg, Schlauna he, agus Shachem Achterstach, Anna Jarl, Skopige, Farschenige, Lagirach. Action heen, Neil Dedelish Moyle Fos, agus Wattamach, Godasan son, Anava and son, again Shane Murphy, Fachte, again Adrian Cullinan, Anna Rockbein to the Hiedla, Stacha Jonah Carnoige, agus on Bourtoch, Corridavile, and Bautus, as a reached Shane Murphy, a cousin Guma, a Virus Sachatarnala, Evan Hartnett, Winter, again Ger Farrer, Harnashkadi, Adrian Cullinan, Anna Kjaun, Builtige, then Yediracht. John Hoyne, agus an bhach dianta go deasa Cian O'Connor, Cian a machatsa go dtí Michael Prout, Leanna Vroig, Peladóide, dar nó isteach go dtí Kieran Murphy, Kieran Erin's Own, Cawn Moore Fada, Wig, Joe Emil na Carnoige, Boilach a stig am Iala Vaide, and son, Kieran Murphy, Eridalop, Schutter Eridalop Hos, Satento Halpini Direk Tarak, Puck Cúig Véidir agus Tíofa Hidí bheith gabhann agus big dish ag a Corcaig an scór a chóthar mó. Mar sin, Gabhann Cúig Véidir agus Tíofa Hid Céthócaig Kieran Murphy.
Great pressure here by Cork on the Galway defence, but once again Galway stood firm and there were plenty of numbers back. But what a wonderful piece of skill earlier by Adrian Cullinan, pulling on the ball in mid-air, something we don't see too often.
Seo Kieran Murphy, Erin's Own, sí faointe go dísa go Kieran na Sáisialach agus é seo Huid i chiad ceann, Puck Cúig Véidir agus Tíofa Hid. Agus Gráilis dar nó an scór a chóthar mó. Bhuailte ag Kieran agus bhuailte héir na láimh cléige an cúigiú ceann chur bholaí agur inniu ag Corcaig. Paul Doulahan, Grave B on Chuntaí, Febblion agus Fihe, Bhuailte ag an club, agus Michael Prout to cousin, agus Seo Tom Tierney, Jahar David, Hargamit William Fultfaded, agus Imi de Lloydach, Leclún of Day, Jerry O'Mahony, Derek Tachtamach, Anna Cousin, Diana Vega Jerry, agus Puxer Tochtach, no Huige, the Corcaig. Gimmert, Lena, leis na Sínseir, Léana, Newtown Shandram, a Bhuaig an Chréamh Corcaig an Idig, den Géadú Riamh, agus bhí Jerry na Inadaí an Idig. John Gardner, os na Piercig, Cawn Moore Fada Bhuailte, Rudda Gadas Tente, amach go dtí Tomás O'Leary, an captain Bhuailte agus tá na fórne Cormahe, ag Tomás O'Leary, Mac Johnny dar nó, agus sé seo an tíúid a hana fórne cóscór.
Good play here by Setanta O'Halpine and Tomás O'Leary. I'm not too sure Setanta meant this as a pass, but it worked out fine for the Cork captain.
Mar sin an chluid a gá cheann na meáil, Geoff Farragher, Fevrú. Ruthe Machanson den Gailib, Kieran Finnerty, Anna Amán agus Anna Lana dianta seo. Anna Liv, Edith Johnson ag Kevin Goggin. Tachtamach go tréan, Lara Yimid, Luhi Canish, Eile, Wilta Joe Lord na Páit Geoffach agus Tom Tierney, Taraka Johnson. Ach, Cosanta Goma, an own goodie Michael Prout. Down Anna Ord, Wiltige, Shoot, agus, well, Anna Lanige, Tony Hogue, Regan, agus, Mahvi Mirarag, Ripshe Gortu, here of a common Bautas on it. Machtestach, Lisha Gansa, Brian Smitty, Brian the Machtish, and Durashan Passwick, Satantigus, Woodhead and Sonic, Kieran Finnerty. Well, Anna Horuk at Idalov, Michael Prout, Anna Vachtich, Dientige, Anna Hochtach, Wiltestach and Son, Gadi, Kieran Murphy, the Sar Shalach, Agus Puck Sayer, no Hige, Veda Gabehin, a hope of a council.
It's a very tight, tough minor final, and certainly the switch of Kieran Murphy back to his more familiar corner might just be the difference in the end. But Cork need to open up the space a lot more when they have possession around midfield.
Ishige, Corkige Chorchuntusik, Triki in the Pointy, Gudisa, Sochlohi Canish, on Council, Builte, Anna, Vahanson, Agagas, Corkig, Chorchuntusik, Aga Kieran Murphy, Agus Kedikeen, the Irachti, Karaharisha Drasnanige, or Kedi Herfog. Prinis, Harna Bachta, Nochte Higudisige. Midi, Emihibwig, Emiho Kieran Murphy, Shansige, Adrian Cullinan, Fachta Harnashiga, Kieran Murphy, Ernzode, Gaun Morad, Wiltige, Boilacha, Jonah Carnoige, Roada, Eriesh.
Just a little bit too powerful again, and perhaps they need to feed Setanta O'Halpine a little bit more. That having been said, they're well aware, I'm sure, that Tony O'Regan is having a very impressive game at full-back for Galway.
Ach, boide tasdalion, Glohusachan, Anam Carta Corinte, Diern, Shane Kavanagh. Achta, Gadas, Agus, again, Joe Gantley, Shansiga Joe. Joe Gaffol, Gadi, Geoff Farragher, Agus, Inish, Tom Tierney. Corkige Cousin Gama, Gadi, Safach. Ohe, Joe Gantley Rish, Agus, Puxair, Gnohriga Joe, Agus Inish, Dish again, Ralliv, and score a Horamu.
This was a silly free to concede here because Cork had enough defenders back to make sure that Galway weren't going to make any room or any inroads, but it's an easy free for Geoff Farragher.
Well, to get Jar, Agus, on a phone, and coast goal. Well, we'll have to pick in after oh, who's the Marino? And we've done a year, Agus, the cousin Toidi, and Wachter Gadisa, Van Gaeltica, Ach, Shea Fuinte, on there. Martin Coleman. Dális, Baumile Eden, a Wachten, Dala har Bwiltig a Mahanson again, John O'Connor, chance again, shoot, a score, again, Shin, and a score, on my doing, Gidi John Connor, Agus Harish Drasnan.
It's noticeable that John O'Connor is the only one that's really scoring from play from the Cork half-forward line. John O'Connor again, second point, well won and well scored.
Marchen, le Gailib an Puckschlassesa. Agus Kieran Finnerty, ha Hollandson, ach ni he hopig. On Lynch le Hachouil. John Considine, or the Arneshun to get. Winter Stachel Ashley, Agus Dishetsage, Brendan Lucas, Count Moorfather, Martin Coleman. Suli Tout get against and again. Wiltamach Gadas, it's on Goody, Shane Murphy, Shane Machtlish, and the count Wiltige Shane, and Og, Agus, Shahed Cahal Dervin, Macha Joe Lord the Parker, Goody, Brendan Lucas, Schlitter Schlaune Hugway Gaffach, Achtamach de Cork, Shane Murphy, Kevin Briscoe. Achta Gadassaga, John Gardner. John Anna Chown Bultiga John, Stacha Joan Chouine. Agus Anna Omoyuch the Sticks of Chouine, Satanton Bautas a Danish and Vart, Satanton on the staff. Bertramish, Bultamachaga, Gadi Fergus Murphy. Fergus and Lily Gear, Agus and Chance Kuramu, Ega Fergus Murphy. On Shachto Cown, Kura Erboliager, Ega Corpig, Agus and Dala Kiana, Ega Nailif Gadisa.
This was a good opportunity for Cork, and Santat O'Halpine was first time actually beating Tony O'Gregan in play, but opportunity missed.
Anna Cown Pachtat Sunniga, Brian Smitty. What the Stach a Shahet Moss O'Leary, Mac the Stach and he'll come on again, and had Oak Sheet in the finish. Martian and Mion son le Captain Chorkui and Bautason. Agus Poxair Evegaun agus within the Galway Edishley. The Sheenshire. Shahe Owen Lynch, Kelmore Fada Weltiga Harish Dudson, John Gardner. Anna Lloyded, Anna Flatter the Fair. Joe and Tevlina agus Puxlasse the Gaelic. Vinci agus chuidan sítear na Galí ar an Muslim agus na Hefigi go son agus na Ránóidí, John Connolly an son agus búntacha Timióidí héan trá. Ach, seohé. An sa, fear na Galí, George Farrahar. Buxlasach a Mohalár Párt, Gianna Chean Godó, Bwiltige, Stacha Joe na Carnoige. Agus Gairy Northern Baltason, vi Jerry O'Mahony agus Puxair a Vegaun, dus na Corkui. Corkui, Peintach an Tussig.
Great sideline cut though by Ger Farrahar to put pressure on Cork. Lovely stylish play by the midfielder, and Johnny Marr just picking the ball off the ground.
Martin Coleman scored all shoot, Cole Grave the Moon, Darno, Emergin Damien Fitzhenry in some Barker Croquet. Dalish here in the video. Went to get in the middle of Barker, because of his Fergus Murphy, shot to the Fergus and Cole! Cole the Fergus Murphy, and Locker Savannah.
Finally, the right type of ball going into the Cork full forward line. For once, the Galway defence were caught lapsing here. But the finish by Fergus Murphy, the short grip, so he couldn't be hooked, and he finished brilliantly. The breaking ball fell for the corner forward. Watch him grip the hurley short, and really, goalkeeper Paul Doulahan had no chance.
Agus fydyn hi'n siwr na gael hi dydych hefyd chwysfain nifyd yna hynny tach the stach yn so gyda parc y ffrwgwyd agus fel dasgil o hawn y lahar na hwyd y fwyd a siaf chydig un dy ffwynti na mynwyd ffantastig agus o'n i'n o clwyn oen y gael y stach yn son wel, olach mwach traw mae y gwl o sŵd yn yw. Shahet Moss O'Leary, captain y ffwrne ach mehemach gymi ofrach Mas ar y siadef Snean Colet son a reist Anna Yarra Fadiga Fergus Murphy agus ní sé ein tans to Paul Doulahan and Counson a stop. An Counson bwyltig y mi obrach ag Farna Galí on Lynch ymach Harris a ddefline agus Puxlasse tuc y hyfwyg ag Bruntonus the Chorkwi.
It's a real test of character for Galway now. They're going for that third All-Ireland title in a row, and they find themselves 4 points down.
Owen Murphy, Kieran Murphy behirt ag maragadi, Kieran na sa Shealach. Kieran na sa Shealach, Trasn an Chwyl agus Shacharan. An da Kieran na Coimer Cléchéile an son, ach gymi ofrach da Chorpig an Baltason, ach siad chydig un da ffeintich an Tussig.
Galway have responded by making some positional switches. Kevin Hayes is back at centre half forward. Johnny Marr is now gone from full to corner forward. They have to respond.
Agus Shahet Tom Tierney on the Ruhara Yanavaga Tom, John Gardner at Sun Gahalan Trasnagadi, Kevin Hartnett. Kevin Bola Counts on the market, Brian Smithy, on the Talon, August the Cork Veganish, August way in the shoulder, Arturo Nalev, Shane Kavanagh, Dunnecker, on the Felidode, Shane, Goody, George Farraher, Captain of Four, Nick Count Morar, Dine Sherach, Kenneth Burketson, the Derek Counts of the Walla, Goody, Joe Gantley, Kenneth Heinig, Macht the now get it, if Evru, get Kevin Goggin, August the Homa, Shane Murphy, Bunter, Shane, Want to Shane, August. Moss O'Leary, Derek Counts in the Royal, August Clihanachlish, Owen Lynch, Bach to get Moss. Down on order, Fad Bull to get Kieran Murphy, Guidey Gahard, that's on Farrairn zone. Marahadienta Gaminagus, Gaminica get Tony O'Gregan, leave against through it, the Counts of Royal, Satanta, Derek up. Kieran Murphy, Aaron zone, Kademar Flaha, Himmer to get Bellidoish, Homa. Wilt Winter about the Sanofa. Agus the son John Gardner. John Agus Mark Void on the Ruher again John. Wilt to get Tony O'Gregan, Mac the Joan Tittit. Tony Og, Clihanachlish, John O'Connor, Winter again John, Top Fergus Murphy on Foma, Edidolov. Bach to get Fergus. Wilt to get Fergus, Trafton Hole, Satantigus, or Yakin to Stiget Sunle. Lesh Fach to get Satant the Winter over East. And son. Again, under the Agus, Kieran Murphy, Star Shalach, Agus, Tom Tierney, Agus, Tasha the Fado. Oliver Derry, attack the Martin son, Shane Kavanagh. Well, Jerry O'Mahony, again, Chef 3D Hill, Leather Lapper, Huigda, and Counts on the Royal. Agus, Jerry Nisha, Derek Solach, Mother, Johnny Maher. George Farraher, a Hockey Counselor. Well, da wax je puntje in begaan, en ga je een goede wijn. Gaulish chief hit him a goal, and a counter reached with the last leg is a race John Gardner. Kademar Hossan to Hayanavige. Left Hossan to Hoppy. Mahajol on the park, Tom Tierney. Agus Shane Murphy, Farrell Hossan Guma. Kieran Murphy, Nassar Shalach, Agus Yagantish, Kieran Finnerty, Gan Orlana, Unga, Yelige Kieran, Ekurfe Vrug, Mossel O'Leary, Kieran Irash. Was Kunavel as a race John Gardner. Well, on the floor Fadiga, Goody Kieran Murphy, Farrairn zone, Paralehar, Ertino. Down more David and Willie Counts and Roada Hall.
While Shane Kavanagh was impressive for Galway at centre-half back in the first half, John Gardner has literally come into his own in the last few moments and cut out at least two very promising attacks by Galway.
Cian O'Connor, Sheen to the Dalov, Jahar de Varka, Vian the Captain in the Rig, Agus Pelidoid, Agus Amani, Conte, Ehenik, Dalavark, Agus the Ahed Homa. In the cool, Narivi Martin Coleman the hole, I had Martin Coleman the hot so enough, then Zichreva was a Kale, Shineki and son, Sheen to the Adigas Edilehed, Edidolov, Agus Corlai Shacher, Edigas Josie Hart, Parnagali, Iminir. Achni, Marial and the Corky, to scare the Vechon Tussig, to scare the Vechere Fuinte on Tussig. After no Nast Dama Fosatma, Agus Deshigan and Tachtrason, a Gishkin to Rish, and son. And Counts on Glantamach about the son, again John Gardner, Shin with the Gortier Kian, Agus Spasul, the well raining Follalish. Marshin, John Considine and son.
Both teams contemplating making changes. That accident to Cian O'Connor was really just an accident. It just seemed to hit him on the side of the head, and if he has to depart, it's a huge loss because he's been very, very good at full back in this minor final, particularly in the second half.
Agus Aharodian to Gangailef, Andrew Smith took a hit at the board, Agus Brendan Lucas Imihe. Schneenson, Andrew Smith, or Fortumna, Agus Brendan Lucas Imihe. Schneenson, Agus well, Dearn, on the day how to get Cork to get a bark as fact shall, by the Hakor Laisha or Cian O'Connor, dear. Marial the real the follow Tyke Healy, Taka at the board, Agus real the follow is to Tag so dear. Agus Deshigan fiachant ar an achtra san a ríist, Snéan san a gairí go háir, John Gardner, Lastíirta, hí Cian O'Connor, agus Snéan sanna an sanna fórse an bhuile, agus ní a bheanach tímpist cinúnt, agus mihid an báid agus taig hílí ar a báid gan áid, bhuiilteiste a joim an na carnóig agus ríist róada ar hebh na lábhig lé. Mar sin an bhear na chéanna atra agus aharathe aíana a bhanón san álat sa measna gas an tóidí gas na corcaí.
Tyke Healy, who just went into the full-back position, has now come out to right half-back, and Michael Prout now seems to be marking Kenneth Burke at full-back.
Mar sin, Shanson ag Adrian Cullinan, Quinto Harish ag John Gardner. Well, on Imerter fada dhéanamh ag John, le láimh ag John eile, John O'Connor agus Yoshi Harnashi, Pacht ag John, Shans ag John a bhear na bhíadú, teist an pasagáil, ó Kieran Murphy, Count mór ard, agus builte ag dro na carnóige, Sara Histig ag Paul Doulahin, Brú Edding Eilivanis, Mosso Leary, agus Buinte an son ag Owen Lynch, an bhachdiant ag Owen, ach an cosint it a ríist na chorpaig, Shane Murphy, a ríist it Owen Lynch, Owen ag Immert goma, Michael Prout, Mihu ag Chiad Valta, agus Will College diant ag Dermal Tór nachfuil Kenneth Burke, ach buinte a Kenneth Burke agus Shohé Kevin Hartnett. Kevin Hartnett, stachat so, Joe Kieran Murphy agus Kieran Mihalashtig about us at the Kieran Finnerty, Kieran the Gaulish stack, Hannah Hashichtige, Hashe Green, Quintig agus Anna Quintig Kieran Murphy and son, Nussar Shelach on Kuyu Quintig, Hulkiet Can on Immert, Kerikino here Fokana.
It's funny when your luck is in, because Kenneth Burke could feel hard done by down at the other end that he didn't get a free. But Cork swept up, and here comes Kieran Murphy getting his 5th point of the match. And it's on these little incidents that matches are won and lost.
Good evening, and Varna me at the Hig agus Kieran Murphy, Aaron Zone at son, agus Shane Kavanagh, Moss O'Leary, Fanna Talone, Rutrasna, Satanto Halpine, agus Tony O'Gregan, agus Puck Schlasse, Vegaun, had the Yenagad Moyer, Dun Nailiv, a council, agus Sitchachasheu Nomut, Denomut Yohin, a Reimshig, and Railiv, and scored Ernach. Martian scored a Tastalwaha, Contactor Nash the Nimmert, Achnilen on Gale at the Corcaig. Satanto Halpine, Cadayanashe, Henegas Tony O'Gregan, Pachtigas Satante, Albert Timpler, Tony Og, Dinica, Wiltamach, Agus Tachtamach Lisha Schlitter, Shane Kavanagh. Addition so, I get Tyke Healy, Tyke agus Adrian Cullinan, Callish dient to get Tyke, Adrian, Marshin, Dishinish again Melin.
Well, obviously the referee was at the correct side to see perhaps that Tyke Healy was fouling Adrian Cullinan, but Galway need to isolate Adrian Cullinan, because he's the one man who can actually score a goal in this team now, as the pressure seems to mount in Galway and their hurling is not as confident as it was earlier.
Marshin, George Farragher. When it counts a Hogant, Wiltig a Jur, agus Wiltig a Mahig a Jur, agus Pinta Tofta. Well, Marvi Denomati, the Varna, all no further than a count Derna, Marshin, and Varna Lee, the Higgity, Kerry Nomati, and Nahu Hidigagas, Yakatashi, the Diana Eugene Clunan, made a Vogura. Martin Coleman, Roll the Poitke. Healy, a ball Trasna, George Farragher, Deshiga Jur, agus Moss O'Leary, and Dochapta in the Prescan Hike Hele, agus Gana Vactiant again, Eric Hele, Aksha Kieran Murphy, the Sar Shelach, agus Kieran Finnerty, Kieran and Baltus and Wachter, and the Horok Fat, Horok of Actela, and the Quinto, again Kieran Murphy, agus Sarahe, and son, agus Puchnassa, the Horpig, Kieran Murphy, a Hopig.
Cork are working very hard. Just a moment ago we saw a race between Ger Farragher and Tomas O'Leary, and Farragher should have won it, but now Cork's confidence is high and Tomas O'Leary got there for his county.
And Dochapta in that no, agus had I get like Helach, Kieran Murphy, a Derigan, Varna, a Viadu, Wiltigegas and Tony O'Gregan and son. That dient and partner about to get Callish dient agus Pucksayer, Fish of the Nile.
A lucky break from a Galway perspective, because Tony O'Gregan actually missed that cross and goalkeeper Paul Doulahan was alert.
Seacht nu Matthí sin a bhfuil an Gaillimh chun teachtar eis má tha sé an andóibh. Corcaigh gan fáinre géile chuige. Ceann mór fada agus an báltasa George Farragher. Bhfuilteige Farragher agus sin ceann táchtach an is mar ní leachtar a chan Willie Bowen. En Willie Bowen is garún na bhór nó chéile George Farragher an captain ceann an spráideach na Gaillimh.
Farragher's class is showing now in this moment of pressure for Galway. 2 vital points from a 5-point deficit. It's now just 1 goal. Fergus Murphy separates Cork and Galway at this moment in time.
Agus as na 8 pointe ag an Gaillimh go dísa há sécína chu aimsithe ag a George Farragher. Niall Healy tí teachta de báid gur tí teachta agus spéidir Kevin Hayes a Joe an taobhlíne. An taharú há sé a cuine bhid an naharúsan a réchama. Ach sé héad Corcaigh cúlchantas ag gcónaí agus deisicha a dó sin an a taobhlíne an son ag John O'Connor. Isteach go dtí Fergus Murphy sleanna head a dalamh agus caiige maltóid an slitar isteach atara.
An interesting tactical move by Galway. They've now put Ger Farragher, as you mentioned, at centre half forward to try and deprive John Gardner of possession and indeed dominating the play.
Agus le Gaillimh an ceansa. Sécín de faointí gan captain George Farragher go dísa agus as na hochcín. An ceansan bhfuilte go holt agus Corcaigh. Well, an reacht chuig nómatí nó sé nómatí don goran má tha sé an andóibh an Gaillimh tá siad cúlagáil nó beidir trícín de faointí. Kieran Murphy a Corcaigh ceansa agus farin Tabra Darden a déanamh a slí isteachansa go Páirce Corcaigh. Slíon bus. Leachtarsteach ach seohé Kieran Murphy an sa de Corcaigh. Bhfuilteige Kieran go maith tras an chúil agus seans buirteisteach ag Kieran Murphy agus cóil ag Kieran Murphy na sásealach agus well cumann na maithasa in is sé Corcaigh. Cóil agus cúcín de chólíní ag Kieran Murphy na sásealach an bhfuil dóthain déantaige beidir go bhfuil chuin an corran a thuirtear eis go Corcaigh.
It's a double Murphy act here in this second half, and again the Galway defence were caught napping in terms of a breaking ball, but Murphy did very well.
Agus seohé John O'Connor is sellibit titit, bhfuilteige deasaige a raigan sagadí Tyke Healy. Shane Kavanagh don Gaillimh a dírig Joe Gantley raimsiú clíhánach leis Kevin Goggin. Joe Gantley a ruhisteach. Seohé Joe, seansaige Joe. Agus panlís dianta de an moltóid góla a fuair ach ní raibh sé dlistnach dréide bhiltóra. Bhfuil an Tabra Darden a déanamh slí isteach an sas na seomraí festis agus cad é mar chluthe a ná an dúin I dtí théananig agus sin siad na Gaillimh. Seohé an sa an captain George Farragher agus an cóil ag George Farragher. Cóil a bhí tastáil an Gaillimh inis sníl atara a chéin ceann bháin.
Ger Farragher, a class act, again responding to the challenge being posed here by Cork, and Farragher going for that 3rd All-Ireland medal in a row provided the opportunity for Galway to respond here. Look at this for a shot, beat half the Cork defence and including the goalkeeper. Galway are back in this All-Ireland final.
Lasa Savarach a gartanis agus Corcaigh a an Faraspára chosint an Gaillimh a dírig an cóil a raimsiú a thuireach buadóid. Bhfuilteige glóte isteach sa chuoinen sa go dtí Fergus Murphy. Bhfuilteige Fergus, bhfuilteige Hardaige agus anna foiilteige Fergus Murphy a bheith sin an cúlín árach is an carú ceann atra in a thuid.
Just in case Galway were gaining any psychological advantage, Fergus Murphy responded, as we can still see some of the Tipperary players arrive here into the dressing room underneath the new Cusack stand.
Ashin Shahid Gaillimh a dírig dullar in ón saí agus seansa tuige Kenneth Burke. Kenneth the Shilliv. Well, a dírig an slitar well chalais diantaige lapachar sllitar a dalamh go mí ábharach mar Scóra tasna leon Ngalib ó Halov agus Corcaig Dierig an Bhearna a Hasav Guchléan agus go Croga.
Kenneth Burke accused here of picking the ball off the ground. The referee right beside the action, no doubt about the decision.
In a dí de Corcaig Diarmid ó Riar Dáin teachtar a báid agus Brian Smiddy a fágan na páidce. Diarmid ó Riar Dáin nó Diarmid ó Riordan agus Brian Smiddy I mihéis né Diarmid ó Riordan.
Fresh legs now needed around midfield, and Diarmid O'Riordan from Inishcara will provide that.
John Gardner, Cowan Moore, Father Comasach Deed, Anna Fuintige, John Gardner. Cademar Amoni, Cademar Hosantohi, Agase Crohege, the Wilchanon, and Schlitter of Harisha Drasnon, Homa. Arna Beersach, on Hiet Cowan, Agus Cowan, 4 Hochtach, Agus Shohe, Kevin Briscoe, the Naliv, on Valivinish, Agus Yet Fair Warvru, again, Fudden, Comasach Horkoisha, Kalishatson, Denter, Kevin Hartnett. Agus Puxer Anna Hochtach Knohe get a Corpig agus Comedish Giel, Nawful Trio Count as a Hele and on the Niliv, Nawful Trio Count as a Hele and on the George Farahar, Ach Ta Kyun Gashki Dientige, Peneroil, a Hen Shea Godisa. Chancellor and so I get John Gardner. Will to get John Anna Willer Fad, Count Moore Father, a Stakadi Satante Melavide, Satante, and back Dinton Bautas and they get Paul Doolihin, with Machagagadi, Kevin Briscoe, Kongracht and Dave Line, Gachalash Leeds, Tom Tierney, Dolaleha Howell, Shahed Tom, Jahar David, Kashich Donochten Sonagagas, well, get the Ridalov, Pachta get Tom Tierney reached. Agus é pe rú. Well, go dé clibbertir is slittar a láhar na huide. Owen Lynch. Amachatach John Gardner. While Sinead Gashki a Chorpi Darlamsa. Yeah, go will a coo game she hige Kieran Murphy. Shahe. Kevin Briscoe. Agus Deshele etsa inishige Corpic Fosach. Emehewaha. Tom Tierney. George Farahar. Shahe George Gahishal Gadas Gokomasach Gadi Kenneth Burke. Kenneth Burke go Macadi, Joe Gently, Anna Hongracht and Devline, Agus Mi Avrach, Arisha Devline, Agus Common Mahasa, O'Hallow, Erna Corpy, Gur Koshli, Araig, and Toran Agus, Welchin Shanson son, a V, Ege, Satanta, Agus Savoy, Vadiantic, Paul Doolihin, Meal avoid. Kieran Murphy, Aaron Zone, Idaha Anna Ord, Agus on Passamach, Goodasson son, Goody. Diarmid O'Riordan. Tony O'Gregan or Rahamach. Tony O'Fos, Lena Broig. Ach, Diarmid O'Riordan at son, the Horpig. Agus John O'Connor. Tom Tierney, the Niliv. Amagase, Dierige, the Horridan on Sea. Destination Saga, Adrian Cullinan, Anna Amani, Adrian, the Machdastak, Torashef Echol. And Pshabba, Sarahige Martin Coleman. And Schlitter the Dollop, George Farahar at son, Agus Kevin Hartnett. Er het alle begonnen, Woltemach, Agus Puxlasser. Puxlasser de Niliv. Wel, ni weg hard uit Kool. Ni wordt uit Raafeintje, Lena Hush, Agus Shin en Aumbresje, en zo, een barke groekik. Sarah en son Gadas, Agus Wantamachige, Onlench, Agus Shiet Korkik, de Curry, Ele Eden, en Vakdinte, en zo, de komen ze goed en uit de Gali, Agus Harabatilte, en de Spontes, de Hogedorfse Tarnele.
Well, it's an amazing story from a Cork viewpoint. They deprived Galway of a historic 3 All-Ireland minor titles in a row. This is a team that lost the Munster Championship, but fought back brilliantly, and to win this All-Ireland title, it was some second-half performance. Cork, 2 goals and 10 points. Galway, 1 goal and 8. And from a very emotional Cork people down on the pitch, let's go back to the studio. Michael.
Thanks indeed to Marty Morrissey and to Micheál O'Shea commentary on the minor match there. Pete Finnerty didn't work out the way that Galway would have liked, but a deserved win for Cork.
No, that wasn't in the Galway script, all right, but Cork were the better team. They upped the ante in the second half. John Gardner came into it at centre back. Satanta started causing problems on the edge of the square, and Cork ran out deserving winners. They were the team most up for it.
Tomas McCahey there a minute ago said to me as I was walking past him, I hope it isn't an omen.
Yeah, he said that all right, but it is very difficult to win 3 in a row. You have to accept that. Galway beat Cork here last year. Cork got their butts kicked in the Munster final by Tipperary. They came along and they had the rub of the green against Kilkenny. John Gardner wasn't on for the Munster final, and you can see he's a mould of the Brian Corcorans of the future, and he was a huge influence on the game in the second half. And you have to respect Cork. They're good hurlers. Cork minor with a hurley is as good as any minor in any part of the country, and they had more to achieve than Galway here today, and they went and they did it.
They certainly did it in impressive style, Michael Duignan, in the second half.
Yeah, very impressive. I think the 2 goals from the 2 Murphys in the corner, I think they epitomised really the Cork team. 2 great finishes, typical Cork. Didn't look, in the first half to be going that well, yet got 2 half chances and 2 brilliantly taken goals and raised the game all over the field. I think the other Kieran Murphy at number 10 caused an awful lot of trouble for Galway right through. He didn't score, but he won an awful lot of puckouts, and Galway struggled. There must be a fair wind out there, because Galway's puckouts in the second half were dropping very short, so it's a very deserved win for Cork.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a good day, obviously, for these young men. Disappointing day for the young miners of Galway, and obviously they'll be shattered after that defeat. Pete Finnerty, we'll be seeing some of these players on both sides at senior level, no doubt, in the years to come.
You will. It's a great launching pad for any young guy, and I lost 2 All-Ireland minor titles here.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I lost one as well with Kenneth Burke's father, John Burke. We played here against Tipperary, but a lot of that team came through and made it to senior ranks. Again, there's Cork players there that we're going to see. We're going to see John Gardner, John O'Connor's 2 brothers are there already, Ben and Jerry. Kieran Murphy, where he was quiet today and where Kieran Finnerty had a good game on him, he has the class to play at this stage at senior later on. As I said, it's a great launching pad, and we're going to see a lot of them in the future.
And there's the young Cork captain, Tomas O'Leary, now a famous son of the famous father.
Yeah, Shawnee was Tomas's father, and Shawnee plagued many as the good cornerback in his day. And Tomas, he's an exceptional rugby player, I believe, as well.
Yes.
And he's been poached by Cork Con. But when he gets the hands on the Irish Press Cup now, and it'll stick in his memory forever, and he'll be looking for the slightly larger All-Ireland senior medal in a few years' time.
Well, sometimes we've found in the past that the handing over of this particular cup can take a little bit longer in the minor presentation than we might like, or that Tomas O'Leary might like, but he is waiting patiently.
Agus Duskilina, Agus the V Setanta, who Colin Oak, in Masley 3 Corky Yellow. A captain a cara. No, dear to forward Bogdom, dear to forward Bogdom, and to. No, Pierre Chuck Miss Jewel in the gun. Tassicum not Danik to. Tassicum not Danik to. Toss again. Toss again. Go will number the no gun lay no. A cur crabs and all. Fairman according and Philip Ado. Toss again, a ta in Margot Rayman. Agus a ta in law Volante. Not Niren on all. Don Oiga. Marshin, Ta Batney's Trina, Ta Batney's Trina, Na Vega Shiri, Cur Craps and all. Did him Cork August, the Fredden Corky, of Bo Hubbard Craven, yo. Did him Cove Roan, the Friend of Galiba, a toss of Dara Ortano, the Leonora Brintleshin, the Mership Godin. The V Galileo, August and late show, so that are today. The Leonora Brintley. Took Shetanov, had Crimson the Martian, Common and Irish Press of Runner, and Captain Corky. Tomas O'Leary, Mark Yanni O'Leary, Istula had it, Ve Idamani, Unter, Martian, not Lagadi the Lava Hamash.
Cork win the All-Ireland minor title for the 18th time in their history. Tomas O'Leary brings home the Irish Press Cup, and certainly they'll be rejoicing on Leeside tonight.
Well, I didn't expect this, so I don't have much to speak now. First of all, I think to thank the coaches the selectors, of course, John Constantine, Pat Daly, Mark Murphy, Dennis Ring, and John Wheeler. Well done, lads. I'd like to thank Team Sponsor, East Athletics and Civils for giving us suits. I'd like to thank all the parents and everybody who's been involved up through the years. I'd like to thank my club, Aaron Zone, for giving me the opportunity to be the captain of this team. I'd like to thank the county board for playing all the pitches and everything for training. And what else is it? He said it before, I said them already today. Finally, 3 cheers for Galway. They're guaranteed, lads. 3 cheers for Galway. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!